If you've ever dreamt about living abroad, you might have brushed it off as being unrealistic. After all, moving abroad and living there can be incredibly expensive. But what if there were places that would actually pay you to move there? Luckily for you, there are. Today on Across the Globe, we're going to be looking at the cities that will pay you to live there. Number 1. Petraglia Soprana, Italy. Petraglia Soprana is located in Sicily, which is one of the biggest and most populated islands in the Mediterranean. Specifically, this town is situated southeast of Sicily's capital city, Palermo. In the past, Petraglia Soprana may not have been on most people's radars, but with its recent announcement that it would pay people to move there, suddenly it seems like the whole internet is talking about it. The initiative was started by the city's town council under the leadership of the mayor. In an effort to combat population decline, the city announced that they would give away 5,000 euros to those who move here, which is equivalent to about $5,570. However, this does come with a bit of a catch. You have to agree to use the money to buy and renovate one of Petraglia Soprana's approximately 50 uninhabited homes. Beyond that, though, it seems pretty flexible, as the city is offering the money to both individuals and families. If you're interested, you'll need to reach out to the town directly to apply. It's advised that you hurry before the funds are used up, which some estimates say may happen pretty quickly. If you decide to move here, you'll be greeted by a town that has the layout of a medieval fortress. I'm not kidding. The town came to prominence in the Middle Ages, and as a result, has a section of older neighborhoods up on the hill and more modern parts of the town below. If you meander through the streets, you'll stumble across plenty of classic architecture with medieval stone buildings and cobbled streets. The city doesn't only celebrate its history through architecture, though. There are also local festivals hosted here that celebrate the traditions of Sicily through music, dance, and other performances. Number 2. PRESICCE, Italy. Like Petraglia Soprana, PRESICCE is another Italian city that will pay you to live there. As of December 2022, Smithsonian Magazine reported that the town is paying residents 30,000 euros, or a little over $33,000, to move here. Of course, there is a catch, as there usually is. Like many other places in Italy, the incentive was started because of a decline in population, with the town's current population being only a little over 5,000, and that has resulted in a lot of empty homes. So, if you receive the cash reward, you're supposed to buy one of the empty homes that were built before 1991. The good news is that a home will only cost you about $25,000, although that excludes any renovations. Finally, for those who are planning to have children, if you move here or you already happen to live here, you'll also get $1,000 for each baby you have. Family life sounds pretty great here. PRESICCE is located in the heel of Italy's boot, in the region of Italy known as Puglia, and because of its location is one of the regions with the nicest weather. There's tons of history and historical architecture here, as the city was founded during the Middle Ages. It initially began as an olive oil producing region and then expanded to produce fine wines and cheeses. Today, the town has continued its reputation as a spot for excellent cuisine and celebrates its history through annual festivals with folk music, dances, food, and crafts. As if all that weren't great enough, the town is also located a short distance from the coast, along with beautiful beaches and crystal clear blue waters that seem like they are right out of a postcard. Number 3. Albinen, Switzerland. Albinen is a tiny town in what might be one of the most picturesque towns in Switzerland. Nestled in the Swiss Alps, Albinen has a population of only about 250 people and has specifically suffered from a decline in the number of young people who move here. And because of that, as you probably can guess by now, the town is offering money to those who move here. In order to be eligible, you need to agree to purchase a house that's worth at least 200,000 Swiss francs, which equates to a little over $230,000, and be a full-time resident for at least 10 years. In exchange, Albanian is offering to pay families over 50,000 euros or a little over $55,000. If you're an adult under 45 years old, you'll get about $28,000 plus 10,000 Swiss francs or about $11,000 per child. I will note that the policy favors Swiss citizens or foreigners who are eligible for a Permit C residence, which is given to those who have lived in the country for an extensive period of time. As a result, for those without any current ties to Switzerland, securing this incentive might be difficult. However, if you do meet the qualifications and decide to go through with this, you'll basically be in a nature lover's paradise. As I mentioned before, Albanian is in the heart of the Swiss Alps. If you live here, you'll wake up every day overlooking the mountains and breathing in fresh mountain air. Because of its scenic location, it's even been dubbed a Swiss heritage site. And as an added plus, Albanian is located on the sunny side of the mountains, so you'll avoid some of the perma-cloudy weather that seems to afflict many mountain towns. Number 4. PONGA, Spain. As of 2018, the population of PONGA was less than 600 people, and that number has been steadily declining since the mid-1990s. Because of this, the town is offering 2,970 euros, or about $3,300, to each person who moves here. That includes children, so if you're a large family, that can really benefit. PONGA is the ideal location for those who are nature lovers. That's because it's located right next to PONGA Natural Park, which is a part of the Cantabrian mountain range. This park is full of hiking and birdwatching, and 40% of its surface area is made up of forests, so it's incredibly beautiful year-round. In the summer, for instance, you'll find yourself amongst lush green trees, and in the fall, surrounded by vibrant autumn-colored leaves. And once you've had your fill of nature, or if you're just needing a few urban amenities, the major city of Gijón, which has a little over 271,000 people, is only about an hour and a half drive away. This city also makes a great weekend trip, and it has lots of culture and historic landmarks, including Roman ruins, and a lively downtown with plenty of museums and restaurants. Another great weekend trip can be found by visiting Costa Verde, which is less than 2 hours away. Located on the coast, this area is famed for its green meadows and breathtaking ocean vistas. Number 5. RUBIA, Spain. In an effort to increase the number of students in attendance at its local schools, the government of RUBIA, Spain is paying people 150 euros a month to move here, with special preference given to families. That's about $167 USD, which on the surface might not sound like much, but it is when you consider how cheap the cost of living is here. According to Numbeo, for instance, a family of 4 can get by in RUBIA on about $2,592 per month without rent. For reference, a family of 4 in the US, according to Numbeo, is estimated to have about $4,000 in monthly expenses excluding rent. The cost of buying a home is also very affordable. A list of homes for sale in the area, for example, range from 23,000 euros or a little over $25,000 for a 4-bedroom house to 495,000 euros or about $551,000 for a 10-bedroom house. That's way less than what you would get in the US, where the median home sale as of June 2023 was $426,000. So what is RUBIA like? Well, it's a pretty small village located in northwestern Spain in the community of Galicia. And by small, I mean small. The population as of 2019 was only 1,393 people, and it's been declining consistently since about 1970. I bet you can see now why the government is giving out these incentives. The area of Galicia is unique in that they speak both Spanish and their own language, which is a cross between Portuguese and Spanish known as Gallego. And with its location on the coast, it's known for great seafood and local wine. It's also the home of several UNESCO World Heritage Sites like the Roman Walls of Lugo, Roman Bridge of Arense, and Tower of Hercules. I will note, though, that this area doesn't necessarily have that balmy Mediterranean climate you might be picturing. In fact, being located in northeast Spain, there are plenty of cloudy, rainy days here, including in the summer. Number 6. ANTIKYTHERA, Greece. We've looked briefly at ANTIKYTHERA before, but since it's one of the places that's offering one of the most lucrative incentives to move there, it's worth looking at it again. Before we get into the details of the program, let's look at a bit of context for why it exists in the first place. Basically, the entire country of Greece has been facing a population decline in recent years, and one spot that has really suffered is the island of ANTIKYTHERA, where, as you may guess, the town of ANTIKYTHERA is. Apparently, there are only 24 permanent residents left here, most of whom are over 50. There are also only a few children, which is part of why this incentive was initially offered. In fact, the island's school was supposedly closed for 24 years and only opened recently when a family who had kids moved here. Okay, let's get into the program details. The island's Greek Orthodox Church is paying families who move here 500 euros each month, which is about $557 for the first 3 years that you live here. But that's not all. You'll also get a piece of land and a home. Not too bad, right? If you end up moving here, you'll find yourself on an island that's located south of mainland Greece and northwest of Crete. The entire island is only 8 square miles, and it's pretty rural. There's only one main grocery store, which also doubles as a coffee shop, along with a hostel for those who visit. And because it's so isolated, you'll receive most of your normal day-to-day supplies, like food and gas, via a supply boat. What about the cheapest countries to live big on less than $2,000 per month? Watch this video to learn about that.